what we learned in the last lesson. In the last lesson, let's remember, what did we talk about again? Body parts, right? We talked about shoulder, wrist, shin, sole, right? Lip, eyelid, exactly. So we talked about these body parts. Now, in this lesson, we will keep talking about them, but also we will talk about body parts injuries. Okay. Now, what is an injury? Who knows? An injury. Yes, mister? Exactly. Can anybody give us an example of an injury? Yes, mister? A broken what? Finger, right, a broken finger. Okay, now I will show you some pictures of different injuries, okay? And also I will tell you their names. And I want you to write them in your copybooks. Write the names of these injuries in your copybooks, okay? Because we need to memorize these injuries and their names. Also, I will probably ask you some of these injuries in the next summative assessment, okay? So, pay attention here. Also, I will write the names on the whiteboard for you to see how we write them. Now, here is the first one. Yeah. Can you see this picture clearly? Cool. So, in the picture, what body part is this? Is seen? Yes? It's an arm, right? But there's something wrong with it, right? Exactly. So, its color is not normal, right? What kind of color is this? Yes? Purple, reddish, right? So, what do you think may be the reason of this injury? Yeah, mister? Yes, this person probably fell from a bike, right? Okay. Now, gentlemen, we call this a bruised arm, okay? Let me write it. This one is not working. Its time has come, unfortunately. Let's see. Bruised arm, okay? It's the first one. First injury is a bruised arm. Okay, this one is better. The blue one is better. Okay, now let's move to the second one. You can see it, right? Now, which body part is this? It's the shoulder, right? It's the shoulder. And there is probably something wrong with the bones, right? Yeah. They're not in the normal place. So, if your bones are not in the correct place, what do we call it? A dislocated shoulder. Dislocated. You can remember it like this. This means negative, okay? And located means positioned. You know, the same word exists in Russian, right? Lokatsiya. So, dislocated means in the wrong place. Okay. Good. Also, don't forget to write it down in your copybooks. Now, the next one. Let me zoom. What is wrong with this one? There's something wrong with his what? Arm as well. But what is it? You know it already, right? It's a broken arm. Okay, let me write it on the board anyways. A broken arm. Okay, great. Next one. What is wrong with the face of this young gentleman? Any ideas? Yeah, he has a scar Scar is also a type of injury when if some part of your body is cut, we call it a scar. Okay. And scar. This one. And what about his eye? What's wrong with his eye? What's wrong with the color? Somebody did this to him, but what do we call this one? It's a punch, right? It's a punch. And somebody punched his eye. Okay. This usually happens in a fight, of course. And what do we call this eye when it is punched? We call it a black eye. Black eye. 5 is black eye. You see, it's easy to remember because of the color, yeah? When you punch an eye very hard, let's not do that, of course, but when people punch other people's eyes, the eye turns black, right? And we call it a black eye. Very simple stuff. Next one, it's the last one, I think. What part of the body was this one? It's a wrist. Very well done. And there's something wrong with this wrist. What do you think this is? A wrist hurts, right, when you move it. When does a wrist hurt when you move it? Why does it do that? Maybe you broke it, yeah, maybe there is another problem. Maybe it's not broken, but it still hurts. What do we call it then? It's a sprained wrist. Sprained. Sprained wrist. Okay. Now, gentlemen, let's go through these ones quickly. For example, have you ever had this kind of a problem? Anybody? Yes, Mister. You have? You have had a sprained wrist. Okay. Why did this happen? You fell from your bike. Alright. So, is it okay now? Can you move it normally? Good. Happy to hear that. Let's look at this one again. Have you ever had a black eye before? Luckily, I haven't. Okay. You guys, you haven't either? Very good person. I hope you never have a black eye. What about a scar? It doesn't have to be on your face, but in some other body part. Have you ever had a scar? Yes, Mister. Why did you have a scar? A broken glass. Oh, that sounds bad. Where was it? In your leg. Okay. Now, can you see the scar still? Yeah, you can see it. Alright, I see. I had a scar in my leg as well. It was from a paintball game. You know paintball? Yeah, you shoot paintballs in a paintball game, right? Somebody hit my leg and there was no protection there and it left a scar, unfortunately. So, what do we understand here? For a scar, you don't need a cut. Sometimes other things